Hi.
Watch this.
I don't even really know where to begin. Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, hey, I'm Jayla. I never introduce myself in my videos. Cause I don't know, I feel like if you click on my channel, you see it says Jayla Elle. I don't need to introduce. Anyway, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another new video. I haven't uploaded since July when Beyonce dropped. To be honest, I just haven't really been feeling inspired to make anything for YouTube. I don't know, I feel like when I first started YouTube, I was really into my travel vlogs and stuff, and then I got really into my sit down couch conversations. Then after that, I just was kind of over the whole thing. I started TikTok a few months ago. I'm very late on that train, honey, but been having a lot of fun on TikTok. Follow me there. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like long form content, obviously we all know content is changing and the different platforms that we're using now are changing. So I don't know, I just was not feeling YouTube and just not feeling like spending 4 hours editing a video to have 10 views. But we're here. I wanted to make a video. I'm getting ready to go to a tequila tasting in a little bit. So I want to just do my makeup, do a little chit chat, get ready with me, give you a little life update, and just chat. Grab your water, your tea, your coffee, your wine, whatever your drink of choice is. Grab a snack and let's get into it. I am by no means one of the makeup girls, one of the beauty professionals. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you what I'm using and kind of, work through the process. But if you have questions, comment down below. To prime, I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And then obviously if you see me looking over here, this is where my mirror is. So girl, where do we even begin? Okay, so like I said, I haven't posted a video since July. That was when Beyonce dropped Renaissance. So much has happened since then. Oh my gosh, what? First things first is I quit my job. I quit my job. If you didn't know, I was working for 2 plastic surgeons, very well-known plastic surgeons, world-renowned. Even. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 55 Hazelnut. When I first started off at that job, I was working in the front office, basically just a patient consultant and working reception. And then I got promoted to the management team. I was doing retail, I was doing e-commerce, I was doing a lot. And they just weren't trying to pay what I needed to be paid, which what else is new? I feel like so many of these companies, that seems to be the running theme. I had been wanting to quit that job for a long time because to be honest, I was working at that practice throughout COVID. They never really shut down. I mean, they shut down briefly, when, the health department required shutdowns. But as soon as they were able to open back up, they opened up. And I just don't feel like us as a staff ever really got a chance to recover from the burnout and recover from working through the pandemic. It was a lot, kind of traumatic, to be honest. If you work in healthcare, if you worked in a hospital, if you work in any kind of healthcare setting, my heart goes out to you. I feel your pain because it was rough. There was days where I just wanted to walk out. There were times where we were really short-staffed. It was just a lot. So saying all that to say, me wanting to quit wasn't really a surprise to a lot of people there. I had been hinting at it for a long time. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is the normal to oily foundation in the shade 355 Coconut. Don't mind the top, it broke, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, I had probably been wanting to quit it had been at least 6 to 8 months. I was on Indeed, I was on different, on LinkedIn, on different, job sites and things like that, but nothing was really catching my eye, and the pay wasn't really that great for most of these jobs. And I also found myself applying for things, but not really wanting that job. So for example, I was applying for social media manager or influencer relations or working at these different agencies like CAA, UTA, WME, stuff like that. But I'm why am I applying for these jobs when I really don't want the job. I want to be the talent. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves. So I feel like, you know, me not landing these jobs or getting interviews and stuff was God's way of saying, like, why are you applying for these jobs that you don't even want? Like, you want to be the talent yourself. You don't want to necessarily work for the talent. So just be the talent. I told myself around the holidays, I said, I am going to keep looking for jobs and, you know, see if I can land any interviews and get a new position. But if I don't get anything, I'm quitting this job because I will not bring this job into 2023. And so that's what I did. I was applying, didn't really hear back from anyone, which was fine because I still was like, I'm going to take this leap. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to just do this. And my last day at my job was December 28th, I believe. And I planned it that way because, like I said, I didn't want to take this job into 2023. And I also had a trip planned to New York for New Year's Eve weekend. So I was like, how perfect would it be to quit my job and then go to New York and come back and not have to go to this job? So I did that on purpose. And it honestly was the best decision ever. This is the first time in my life, honestly, that I've ever quit a job and not had something lined up right away. Like, usually I'll quit and then, like, let's say my last day at the job is Friday. That Monday, I'm at the new job. Like, that's just how I've always been. That's the Virgo in me. That's the, you know, need for stability and, like, you know, not wanting to have to worry about finances and things like that. But I was like, you know what? I have savings. And like I said, I'm just going to take this leap because I want to be in entertainment. So that leads me into like what I'm doing now, right? Basically right now, your girl is freelancing. It's still kind of funny. Like when people are like, oh, so what do you do? Or like, what are you doing now that you don't work for the doctors? And I still kind of like in my head kind of have a hard time like trying to think of what to say. Cause I'm like, how do I describe that I'm just like kind of winging it? I've just been saying I'm a freelancer, which I technically am. I'm looking for castings, whether it's for commercials, music videos, extra work, behind the scenes, like really just kind of whatever catches my eye, whatever I can book. Because the goal at the end of the day is I want my own talk show, and I will have my own talk show whenever that time comes. That's the ultimate lofty goal, right? Like I want to have my own talk show. I already have like ideas and segments ready. I have it all laid out. I really just need somewhere to pitch it to. That's really what it boils down to. But until then, I would love to, I guess you would say, be a media personality. I would love to get into like hosting and corresponding. So like when you see people hosting like the Grammys pre-show or the VMAs pre-show, red carpet, stuff like that, like I want to do that. I like talking to people. I love interviewing people. I do not have a journalism background, but I just feel like you don't even really need that these days. Like, no shade. I know there's people who are going to school for that and working very hard, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a requirement these days. So that's what I want to do. I am hoping to land some hosting gigs in the near future, but like I said, in the meantime, I'm just freelancing it. I actually just shot for a show. It's a brand new show. Can't say too much, of course, because the show's not out yet. Like we literally just filmed 2 days ago. But what I can say is your girl will be on TV. Really excited. I love being on set again. Like being on set is really my happy place. Like I just, that's how I know it's my calling, because there's nowhere else that I am willing to wake up at 5:30 and then have like a 12-hour day. Like that's how I know that being on set, being in front of the camera is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, like I said, can't say too much about the show, but your girl will be on TV. Production hasn't said like when at all, so I have no idea when the show airs. I'm thinking probably like spring, maybe early summer, but obviously when I find out, I will let you know. Oh, by the way, that concealer I was just using for under my eyes and my under my brows is the Fenty Beauty concealer. Instant retouch concealer in the shade 410. That's basically it. Like your girl is really out here living out her dreams. That's really what it is. Taking a leap of faith. Honestly, just day to day, taking it day to day, week to week, trying not to stress. Cause you know, technically I'm unemployed. But I do like the term fun employed because that's how it feels. Like, I just like the fact that I can like get up and curate my own day. I am somebody who loves routine, so I am trying to like, you know, make sure I have some type of structure in my day. So I try to wake up at a decent hour, like, you know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, go to the gym, or like this morning I took a walk. And then I created some content. I'm filming right now for YouTube. I'm going to this tasting list. So I try to like have things throughout my day that I can like look forward to, and that just kind of create structure, so I'm not just like sitting around at home not doing anything. Because, you know, when you're basically just like freelancing and you're like looking for castings and things like that, like sometimes you might not book work for a while. So it's like you got to have other things in your day-to-day that you're doing. So I think that's pretty much it for work-related things. What's the next step of my routine? Oh, this is hard, like trying to talk and do your makeup at the same time. I'm like, oh, how do I do my makeup again? What's the next step? This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Truffle. I use this for my nose contour only. Yeah, that's work. As far as my living situation, when I filmed the Renaissance video, I was in my current unit, but before that I was in a different unit, same complex, different unit, because in my old unit I had a psychotic neighbor upstairs that was just constantly making noise. It was to the point where I didn't feel safe. It was to the point where I was very anxious, had a hard time sleeping. Like, it was a whole thing. So I requested to move units because I really love my apartment. I love my unit. So I didn't want to leave, but I had to get away from that neighbor because he was psycho. Like, I don't even know how to explain. So by the grace of God, got this unit. I'm on the top floor. It's a bigger unit. I have a like loft space upstairs. It's so peaceful. It's quiet. Like, it's honestly my dream apartment. I'm so happy that I'm in this space. So living situation is all good. Oh, for my contour on my cheeks, this is actually, it's by a company called Oxygenetics that we used to carry it at my old job. But I don't think this is out yet, this product. This was like a sample that was given, so sorry. But just if you want another one that I use, I also use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Dark Cocoa. What else is going on? Been traveling a lot, which has been amazing. I really, really wanted to make 2023 my year of travel. Like, I didn't really make any resolutions this year. I just, you know, kind of created like goals or specific things that I wanted to do this year, and traveling was one of them. So in January alone, I took 3 trips, which was amazing. Like I said, I went to New York for New Year's Eve weekend, stayed with my girl Nandi. We had such a fun time. After that, went to Tulum to celebrate my girl Camila and her brother's birthdays. That was so much fun. And then after that, went to Lake Arrowhead to celebrate another birthday, my girl Shells. I've just been enjoying traveling. I will say for February, I kind of gotta like pump the brakes a bit because, you know, we gotta be mindful of our budget and can't be going too crazy. But overall, like, I just know that this year is my year of travel. I have like a list of trips that are either already planned or like in the works, and I'm like trying to knock all those off. I also turned 30 this year. That sounds insane to say. Yeah, I turned 30 August 31st. Shout out to my fellow Virgos. I'm using the Makeup Revolution baking powder in the shade Banana. So that's another reason why I feel like this year is like so pivotal, because I turned 30, like I'm entering a new decade. And I'm sorry, but 20s were treacherous. Like 20s were difficult. I felt like I was fighting for my life the whole time. I'm ready to get up out. Not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun in my 20s. I had some really great experiences. But overall, my 20s were the trenches. Like, that's really the honest truth. It's hard, you know. I feel like people don't really tell you how difficult your 20s are. Like, you're trying to figure things out, you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to figure out, what do I want to do with my life career wise, who do I want to be? Like, you're figuring so much out, And you also feel pressure to like figure it out quickly because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to turn 30. But I'm realizing, like, honestly, your 20s are not your prime. Your 20s are your years to make mistakes, figure out who you are, what you want to do, where you want to be, who you want to do it with. And once you enter your 30s, I feel like your 30s are where you can like really live. So that's where I'm at. And I'm excited to turn 30 because I just feel like there's about to be so much more stability and just like certainty, I guess you can say, as far as like, you know, what my life is gonna be looking like and what I'm gonna be doing. So turn 30 this year, super excited. I already know what I'm gonna do. Duh. My mom always used to make fun of me because she was like, as soon as you have a birthday, you're already like planning the next birthday. That's just how I've always been. I don't know why. I'm just always like ready to go with the next year. But I literally already know what I want to do. I want to take a trip. I won't say where yet, but it's going to be an international trip. Probably just me and my mans, because I don't know. I just honestly don't feel like planning a big group trip. It stresses me out. They're probably not going to go that route. But I do want to take a little vacation out of the country, and then probably before that, I want to have a huge party. I haven't had a birthday party since I turned 16. I had a big, super sweet 16 that was like super fun, and I haven't thrown a party since then. So I've always loved event planning and like throwing parties. And I'm like, I turned 30, like I have to do something. I can't just like not have a party. So it's gonna be a big party. I really feel like I'm about to just invite everybody that I know and, you know, make like a big blowout thing. So that's the plan for 30. What else is going on? Oh, I keep forgetting to like mention the products. I'm so sorry. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder, the loose powder in the shade 35 Deep. But yeah, I just feel like mentally, I'm in a good place. I feel like my anxiety has gotten a lot better, and I think that has a lot to do with me not being at my stressful job. That really used to do a number on my mental health. This eyeshadow palette is from, I don't know how to pronounce this brand. I don't know if I have no idea. Do y'all know? I don't know. Shout out to my best friend Jazz. She gave me this palette and I love it, but I literally have no idea what brand it is. But I love the shades. So yeah, mentally feeling good, feeling strong, feeling happy, feeling blessed. It's like kind of it. I felt like I had so much more to say, and I feel like as soon as I edit this video, I'm gonna be like, oh, I totally forgot to talk about XYZ. I guess I can talk about what the future holds as far as like content creation and YouTube? Question mark. When it comes to socials, like if you've been here long enough, you know I'm kind of like anti-social media, but it's one of those things where it's like we have to use it, and if you want to get your name and your voice out there, you have to use social media. So as annoying as all these algorithms are and like just all the things that we have to do, I know I have to do it if I want to like put myself out there. So yeah, I've been really focusing on like trying to grow on TikTok. Not gonna lie, it's a very slow process, and I've been posting every day for the past like 2 weeks. So I don't know, like I don't try to understand the algorithm. I don't try to like beat it or figure it out. I'm just like, look, I'm gonna post what I'm gonna post, and if it gets traction, it gets traction. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's how I've always been about everything. My brunch page here on YouTube, I can't let it frustrate me. And the other thing too is like, I don't want to be a content creator as my career. I'm using content creation more as like a stepping stone so that I can have my hosting career, if that makes sense. But it's like, you know, obviously I need the views, I need the support to get my name and my face out there. So, you know, social media, it's just always gonna be the bane of my existence, to be honest. But it's like, look, can't beat them, join them. Just do what you gotta do. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. liquid liner. It's just in the shade Jet Black. I feel like my mirror is dying. Yeah, hold on. Let me plug in my vanity mirror real quick. Ooh, there we go. Night and day. Okay. I was like, this looks so dim. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know what I wanted to talk to you guys about too? concerts. Like, I feel like there's so many good concerts coming up. So obviously we know Queen Bee is going on tour. Hold on, let me finish this liner. Cause like I was saying, we know Queen Bee is going on tour supposedly this summer. Still don't have visuals, which little peeved about that one, but it's all good. I wonder though, like, if she's gonna release them before the tour or if we're gonna get visuals at all. Like, at this point, I kind of am not holding my breath anymore because I'm like, it's been what, 6 months now? Almost? No, it's been 6 months. Yeah. So I don't know, y'all, but one thing I do know is I will be front and center at this tour. Sure will. I don't care how much the tickets cost. I don't care. I'm going. It's gonna be a whole experience. Have you guys seen that TikTok where the girl was like, or no, I think it was actually on Twitter. There was a girl who was like, we're making this a whole experience. I'm having a driver, a photographer, a videographer. Like, it's gonna be a whole night. And I'm like, no, for real. Like, I like, when I go to concerts, I like to make it like an event. Like, we're gonna do dinner, we're gonna pregame, we're gonna have a driver. That's how you got to do it. And especially for a concert like this, like, I need this to be a whole entire experience. Another person that I'm going to see for sure is Usher. If you haven't seen his residency in Vegas, get your tickets now. Like, when you click out of this video, go on Ticketmaster, get your ticket, and then book your flight to Vegas, because literally one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. And y'all know how much I love Beyonce and her concerts. It's like, it's there. It's there to me. Usher's residency in Vegas, I saw him twice and I'm about to see him for the third time. Like, it's worth it. Both times that I went with my girl Nia. And were the tickets astronomical? Yeah, not gonna lie. But we were on the floor in the pit right in front of the stage. Like, you could touch him. You could see all the dancers. And then the second show we went to, it was where he had like the strip club set up, and then like we're in the middle, and then there's like he had like a skating rink situation. I'm telling you, you have to experience it. It's literally like, you just have to. And we went to the after party afterwards. That was also so much fun. Met a few of the dancers. Usher was like walking through, kind of making his rounds. If you haven't been, you have to go. Other concert that I'm really looking forward to is Lovers and Friends. That's also in Vegas in May. I don't have a ticket yet, but I'm not really tripping because I knew they were gonna sell out. Like, I think pre-sales went on sale like on the 20th, or I don't know, it was like a few days ago. I don't want to quote the date, but it was like a few days ago, and they sold out in the same day, of course. But I feel like every time there's a big festival like this that gets announced, people buy the tickets just, you know, right off the bat, because they want to get tickets before they get sold out. And then when they realize like, oh, I actually can't go, or I can't get a plane ticket or whatever, then they end up selling them. So I'm not even tripping. Like, I know I'll get a ticket. Oh, this highlighter is the e.l.f. Shimmer Highlighting Powder in Topaz Glow. Now, okay, I'll also say, I know there was a lot of discourse and discussion on TikTok and on Twitter too about Lovers and Friends, and people were like, oh my gosh, it's not worth it. It was horrible. It was such a bad experience, yada, yada, yada. Here's what I'll say. Yes, I heard that day one was rough. Yes, I heard that they ran out of water and it was like a whole debacle, and it's Vegas in the middle of, well, the start of summer. So yeah, there were some issues. There were definitely some things that they needed to work out, but I went on day 2 and we had a blast. So, you know, I feel for my people who went on day 1, but day 2, they got it together. We had water, everything seemed to be fine, and we had a grand old time. So personally, I think for the lineup and just for the experience and like how good the show as a whole was, I think it's worth it. But I'm like, hey, if people want to keep spreading that it was bad and it wasn't worth it, don't go. That's fine, because that frees up a ticket for me and whoever I'm going with. So we can leave that at that. But yeah, I myself definitely want to be going to Lovers and Friends. I think it's going to be a really good show. Oh my gosh, Jill Scott. Jill Scott is going on tour. I love Auntie Jill. Love some Jilly from Philly. I'm so excited to go. Her LA show is, I think it might be sold out actually, but we're gonna finesse tickets for that too. Like, come on. I don't know. I'm someone who, even when things are sold out, I'm like, a way will be made, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like you just gotta have that kind of mentality, because I'm just like, I'm seeing Jill Scott. I feel like I'm forgetting so many steps because trying to talk and do my makeup is so distracting. I feel like I missed like 5 different things that I'm supposed to be doing, but I think those are like all the concerts so far that I know I'm going to be going to. What concerts are you guys going to be attending? I want to know. Is anybody going to Coachella? Like, I don't know. I saw the lineup. Wasn't wowed. I like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's cool. I mean, Frank Ocean obviously would be amazing, but the lineup as a whole, I was just kind of like, I don't think I want to like shell out hella money for this lineup. But again, if the opportunity ever presented itself where it's like, hey, I have a ticket, you want to come? Like, sure. As of now, it's looking like Coachella is a no. I've actually never been to Coachella. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, I've just never been pressed, except for when Beyonce performed, of course. Like, I wish I would have been in attendance for Beachella, but it's all good. I'm gonna use some brow gel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Okay, and then we're gonna do, I think I'm just gonna do Fenty gloss. This is in the shade Hot Chocolate. I really love this gloss, actually. All her glosses are just it. I mean, her whole line is just it. Oh my gosh, speaking of the halftime show, hello? It's a Rihanna concert, basically, because I don't watch football, don't know anything about football, don't pay attention to it, but I will be tuning in for the halftime show. I cannot wait. Rihanna is back. I want to know if she's going to be releasing any new music. Is she going on tour? Like, what is the tea? Oh, and the Grammys. I might be going to the Grammys. Might. I really hope. And if Beyonce is at the Grammys, and if Beyonce wins, and if Kendrick wins, that's all I want. Like, if I go to the Grammys, I need to see Beyonce receive at least 1 award for Renaissance, and I need to see Kendrick receive at least 1 award for Mr. Morale, because I need to see it. I think that's it. I think those are really the major updates. This is the finished look. This is just like a quick little, I'm going out, but I didn't want to do like a full beat. Like, it's not super glam, but it's just, glam enough. I'm hoping to, create more content for YouTube. I don't want to make any promises. I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to upload once a week, twice. Like, I don't know. I really don't know when the next video will be, but I can say I am going to just keep creating content as I see fit, and whenever I have an idea that I want to put out, I'll put it out. I hope that you subscribe if you haven't already, like this video if you like this video. I hope I'll be creating content on here more often. We'll see. I'm not a huge fan of the shorts on here. I uploaded one just to see what it would do, and I was just like this is what TikTok is for, so it's just. Anyway, I will see you in my next upload. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, cheers.